First, I'd just like to quickly thank Beth and Ursula for allowing me to actually speak to you today. And it's been really interesting listening to Michael and Claire as well, as it's been really good, especially with those hats. That's really important. So I'll get into this. So the world has changed, and as you guys know, information is everywhere. We can get an answer at the drop of a hat thanks to Google. So what do you think employees value most, experience or grades? And I think you guys know the answer. And that's exactly what we are doing here. It's not about the horizon points per se, they are there just to keep us motivated. It's about the skills, knowledge, and value we can bring to the marketplace. You're more than just a number, and to grow as a person, both mentally and spiritually, you need to work on your personal development. And that seems simple, but we're not actually taught this in primary school, high school, or university. And I'm not saying grades aren't important because they are, but the industry is obviously changing, and if we don't keep up, well, we'll not only stagnate, but we'll fall behind. I just want to tell how much changed. I was 24 and had been through 6 different jobs, 4 of them being trades. I was a waterproofer, a fencer, a bricklayer's apprentice, and a carpenter's apprentice, but every single one of them I was never happy. I saw the end result, the 45-year-old me doing the same thing day in, day out. And I can tell you, it wasn't a pretty sight. So I asked the question, if I'm not happy where I am now, how will adding 20 years help? If we backtrack 10 years ago in my final year of high school, you may understand why being a tradesman was interesting to me at the time. Year 12 might have been a breeze for you, or at least you did your best, and hopefully you got your expected ATAR. But the year was terrible for me, and completely changed the course of my life. There I was, 17, the start of my final year and suffering from symptoms. I couldn't explain what was happening. Abdominal pains, severely fatigued, and non-specific weight loss. Friends and teachers were concerned. I was falling asleep in class, couldn't concentrate, and to top of that, I came down with a fortnightly fever. My body was failing, and so were my grades. In fact, I failed Year 12, miserably. Didn't even show up to my exams. Thankfully, the year ended quickly. However, on the 22nd of February 2011, something drastic happened. I had a gastrointestinal attack at a friend's 18th birthday party. I was then rushed to the old RA, and I thought I had cancer. But the 5 words that came out of the doctor's mouth that day were unexpected. You have severe Crohn's disease. So there I was, fresh out of high school, diagnosed with a severe condition, with no ambition, no passion, and so I landed the first job that came in my lap, a bricklayer's labourer, one of the most physically demanding jobs in my experience. If we fast forward 6 years, I was 24 and sitting the stat test to get into Flinders University, because in the first time in my life, I found my passion. I managed through sheer will, nutrition, exercise, as well as other methods to heal my Crohn's, all medication free. And because of that, I got into uni. However, I didn't believe in my academic abilities, so I attended all the Flinders Horizon workshops I could. I remember it like it was yesterday, 2018, in my first year of uni, seeing Martin Evans delivering a workshop titled Presentation and Public Speaking. I thought this was brilliant. It was completely related to my goal at the time. I had to deliver a 2-hour workshop for an organisation, but there was just one problem. I was frightened of public speaking. I would get so nervous right before presenting that I became nauseous and often fumbled, and I'm sure many of you can relate. But Martin gave me the tools I needed that day to understand my audience, to visualise them clapping after I delivered my invitation. He also taught me to know my audience. Who am I presenting to? 10, 50, 100 or 1,000 people? What level of education is required? Am I speaking to scientists, mums or patients? I took 5 pages of notes that day, went home and created a plan of action. I practiced 20 hours in the mirror and delivered one of the best workshops I could have asked for. And I fell in love, and I wanted to begin my Horizon journey immediately. This led to volunteering in Vanuatu and 3 years at the Unley Cancer Care Centre. It also led to becoming a disability mentor and a student representative. Come mid-2019, I created a podcast called In Tune Nutrition on Spotify to help my community, which currently has 14 episodes and counting. I then wanted to go one step further and share my Crohn's experience with the world. So over the past 2 years, I've been working on a book titled Crushing Crohn's, a story of a young man who turned his life around using 5 simple principles. The point of that story is we have the tools right in front of us, so why not squeeze every drop of juice from the lemon tree while we are here? Flinders Horizon Professional Development Program fills this gap, so continue to grow, but you don't have to wait till you've graduated to get started. Thank you for your time, and good luck.